This is part 2 of my week of spares challenge, and if you have not seen part 1, it should appear somewhere on the screen, so click there first. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, hi, my name is Daria and I'm a professional bowler. In this video, I'm bringing you along to the bowling center with me, where I'm sharing with you my thoughts, my practices, my notes. At the end of this week, I'm evaluating whether it was really worth it torturing myself with only throwing my spare ball and working on the spare game. So without further ado, let's start it. Hi, today is day 4 of my week of spares, and I'm totally focusing on the mental and physical side of it. I'm going to show you how I was making the notes prior to my practice just now. I'm sitting here in the lunch area because the lanes are on and it's very loud, so I'm hoping you can hear me well. I'm going to fully focus on my pre-shot routine, so the same thing as I do on the tournament. I'm going to make sure I go through all the steps, I breathe, and of course I'm going to be really focusing on making my spares. I'm hoping it's not going to be boring. I'm getting a little bit tired of just making spares, and I'm really missing my strike ball, but there's not much left. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with my spares now. Whether I'm sparing them more or not, the test will show on day 7. See you on the lanes. So I will be doing a quick voiceover of what I'm really focusing on when I'm doing all those drills. So when I'm doing the foul line drill, it's very important for me that my upper body is still, that my left hand doesn't move, that the backswing is straight, that the head doesn't go to the left, and that my hand is behind the ball. I'm also making sure that my fingers don't collapse during the releasing the ball, so that way the ball doesn't just drop on the lane. Swing and slide is my favorite drill. All the things from foul line drill apply over here, but in swing and slide I'm also adding a slide to my approach, so the timing is really important. I'm trying to slide as the ball is on the top of the backswing, and as I'm making the slide, I'm making sure that I'm not pulling the ball down. 3-step is totally the hardest out of all the drills I've ever done. It took me very long to get into the right timing, but once I learned it, it just gets easier. I'm focusing on all the things that I have mentioned before with the other drills, but especially this drill I'm using even when I'm competing, especially when I have to bowl in front of the ball return to when the lanes are really hooking a lot. So it's very important to keep practicing it because one day we can use it at the tournament. The drop shoulder drill. Okay, and I'm gonna be very honest with you, it's not my favorite of the drills. I just don't see it very helpful for me. But the idea of it is just to help you get into the rhythm without having to prepare for the shot. You just go for it. This is something I would do during the warm-up prior to the tournament, just to help my muscles warm up. Wow, things are not in my favor today. I've moved to lane number 6, I threw one shot, it hooked a lot though too, and the ball got stuck, and they're just trying to get it out, but I'm not gonna try to let that influence my practice. It's totally a mental practice right now. I have another spare ball that is very old. I haven't been using it for very long, but everything fits, so I'll continue with that, and hopefully I'll get my baby back and I can practice with my actual spare ball that I take for tournaments and everywhere. So yeah, I'm not giving up on the practice, and let's get it started. The spare part, I will be making 7-pin and then try to spare whatever is left. It's always good to have 2 lines for each and every spare. One, it's an adjustment with your strike ball off of your strike shot, and then the other one is a spare ball shot. So it's usually straight, and usually you have an exact line, you have to go for exact spares. So this is what I'm really working on today, and I'm happy I can be back practicing and I have a spare ball. Everything is fine, the lane is working. It's hooking a bit too much, but it's okay. Let's get it started. I'm gonna have to move one extra board to the left to make sure I hit the 7-pin in the nose. animation like that. I will try to shoot it as a watch out. Very likely I'm gonna leave a 5 pin. Hi, today is day 5 of my week of spares, and today I'm working on 7 pin, 10 pin, 3/6 Brooklyn, 20 shots each, which is 80 shots total, plus the drills. I think it's going to take me an hour plus. If I need to spend more time on the spares that I'm not comfortable with, I definitely will, but whatever I have written down in my notebook, this is what I have to do. Like, there is no skipping. This is a total minimum, but I have been spending a bit more time doing an extra work. I'm tired of those spares. I'm missing my strike ball, but on the other hand, it's quite comforting that I don't have to worry about my release, axis of rotation. I'm not getting frustrated with not being able to strike. I only have one task to make a spare, and it's very simple. So I think that the practices need to be simple, and the best start is to start working on the spares. I have been feeling that my lines have improved quite a lot and that my foul line corrections are better, but this is all I'm gonna sum at the very end of the week, and I'm looking forward to the test. I'm a little bit nervous that I might just not be doing any better when it comes to that percentage of spares covered, but at the other hand, I'm more into how I feel about them, you know, whether I'm feeling more confident, whether I know exactly what to do. My lines have changed a little bit, so I'm quite happy. I'm gonna update my lines for every single spare, and so far so good. I'm very happy that I have taken up that challenge, and yeah, let's get it started. Drills and then spares. So over here, I'm trying to show you why I actually put my thumb up when I'm doing the drills. It's because when you have a thumb down, the shoulder is not locked, so it's a lot easier to move it. When you put the thumb up, it locks the shoulder in front and makes it a lot easier to keep it stable. This is what I was being taught at Kegel Training Center, and I think it's a very useful tip, and if you haven't tried it, I encourage you to do so. So I'm done with the drills, and I'm quite happy because it feels very good on my hands. So I'm looking very forward to see how my strike ball is going to roll at the end of that week. I'm constantly listening to the music even when I'm recording, and I managed to do it by having a second phone. So that way I can be recording for you with that phone, and with this phone I have the music. It's a tip for those who constantly record themselves and cannot listen to music at the same time. Okay, 7 pin, 10 pin, 3/6. Brooklyn, let's do it. Okay, so day 5 is over and I don't even know where to start. The beginning was so bad. I was so angry. I was so angry. It was so hard for me to stay calm, so I had to take a break, take a deep breath. I was missing lots of spares at the beginning when I was trying to, not necessarily to get lined up, but because there's so much oil, there was so much oil on the lane. I was missing it, everything to the right. And when I did adjust, I was missing to the right and to the left. And then I needed to step back and be like, Daria, calm down. And I've changed a few lines for my spares, especially for 3610. And I'm very happy to say that it was a lot better. The second half of the practice, I made so many spares and I was feeling comfortable again. So yeah, it was a roller coaster, but I think it was the best practice so far out of the 5 days, and at the same time it was the worst one. It was very mentally draining and I'm tired. It took me an hour 40, almost 2 hours. I was at the bowling center, maybe because I just needed to take a minute, and I sat for like good 5-10 minutes. I looked at the videos when I was missing the spares, and yeah, it helped. Day 6 tomorrow. I will see you on the lanes again. Welcome to day 6. Today we're gonna work on the spares. Alright, full seriousness. I woke up in a very bad mood. Things have been happening in my life, and yeah, I'm not doing well today. But the bowling center, I've always been saying, has been a place that helps me escape. So here I am, day 6. Today is going to be very easy. I'm gonna do 2 or maybe 3 cycles of each spare, and then I'm going to move on to 3610. As I was saying yesterday, I really struggled. My ball was literally messing everything to the right. There was so much volume. So I have moved over almost 8 boards, or actually 8 boards to the right, which closed down my angles to make that spare. So I will really focus today on comparing those 2 lines, see how I feel about them, see which one gives me some sort of more margin of error to make that spare. And I'm gonna make a choice which line I'm gonna go with tomorrow for the test. So far, I'm happy with the whole week. I feel like my angles have gotten better. I don't know how yet, but definitely when I'm gonna be editing all the videos, I'm gonna be looking closely at my physique and looking whether anything physically had changed. Even if it didn't, I'm so happy that I've put in work for my spares, and I'm definitely gonna be doing that a lot more. I'm really encouraging you to do the same thing. If you're back on the lanes, if you're bowling, work on your spares. It's so important, man. It's so important. Anyway, I'm gonna go to do the drills. Hi, so it's the last day and I'm very excited. I'm gonna be heading to the bowling center right now for my final test, and I'm gonna tell you, this week felt like it was so long, so I'm so happy to be over with it, and we'll see how it goes. I'll see you on the lanes. Okay. The day has came, the final test. I'm happy. I will start with the drills, just like usual, and then I will do 10 of each. And at the very end of this video, I'm going to compare the statistics and share with you my thoughts. We'll see whether something good came out from torturing myself with a week of only throwing a spare ball. 7 full days. I'm very excited because I'm 9 out of 9 on 7 things. If I make this one, I'm gonna be 100%, which is a great improvement from the very first time I did the test 6 days ago. So let's see. I got 9 out of 9 8 pins, and now I'm gonna go for the last one, possibly get 100 on that too. I'm taking a break. I'm already through 7th and 8th and 9th and I'm 100% so far, and I'm so excited. I'm feeling really comfortable, like I don't even know how to put it in words, but let me think about it once I get back to you later. I'm a bit tired already mentally, like I was bowling non-stop, so I just stopped because the 10th pin is coming up, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I have noticed a lot of different things. I have noticed a progress in my mentality. I recognize the importance of actually not rushing your shots, and a clear mind. So that's all I'm focusing really on right now. 10th pencil. I'm very happy. I'm gonna go for Brooklyn and then 3-6-10. Brooklyn I did okay the first time. 3-6-10 I did wonderful, so I'm a bit worried that I might not keep up, but I don't want to put those expectations, because you know expectations never lead to good things, so I'm going to focus on one shot at a time, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm done. The week of spares is over. I'm very happy with the final result. I did miss 1 3 6 10, but I really got distracted. I didn't come back and I missed it. But I'm very happy and I'm really mentally drained. I'm physically tired. I gave it all and I'm very proud of myself that I followed through on that, even though I wasn't very happy on some days and even though I was very bored. I'm very satisfied. I will see you at the summary. Alright, here we are. This is the summary of my week of spares and all the things that I feel like have improved through torturing myself for 7 days and sparing my life away. So the first thing is that on the initial test, I made 68 out of 80 spares, which is 12 misses. On the last test, on day 7, I made 76 out of 80, which is 4 misses, and it's exactly 10% improvement, which I think is amazing. Number 2 is that my lines have improved quite a lot. I was feeling it already throughout the whole week. I have seen that my backswing became straighter, that my hand was moving less, that my head was more stable, that the left hand was in a better position. And I brought it to my straight ball, to my first shot, and as I was going after the test, I realized that my physical game has improved just by working on the spares, which is something I never thought would happen. Number 3 is that when I was practicing for a whole week, I had different lane conditions. One day there was no earl at all on the lanes. Another day there was so much volume. So it helped me determine whether my lines are correct or not for certain spares, and it helped me develop different lines in case the lanes hook a lot or they don't hook at all. So right now for 3-6-10, for example, I have 2 lines. One is a lot of angle that I usually convert more 3-6-10s when the lanes are dry, but now I also have a new line that is a lot less angle that I convert more 3-6-10s when there is a lot of oil on the lanes. So it just helped me keep my mind open to see what's the best line for every spare, and it helped me adjust some certain lines, for example for 7-pin, and I'm feeling a lot more confident with them right now. Number 4 is that I have realized that sometimes I'm dropping the ball, and honestly, I have never felt that. I was able to realize that when I was editing the videos and I saw a lot of bad shots, a lot of good shots, and I could compare what's the difference, what's happening. And for a lot of bad shots, I was just dropping my spare ball, and that was completely unintentional. I'm trying to kill my hand when I'm going for a 10-pin or any right hand spares, but because I was trying to kill the axis of rotation, I was completely collapsing my wrist, giving up my finger, so the ball was just dropping many times, and I'm sure you could see it on some previous clips. This is something I'm definitely going to work on a lot more and make sure that when I go for a spare, I go for it over there and I don't drop the ball over here. Number 5 is that I truly realize of how important it is to have a structured practice. Each and every day of the whole week, I had a certain plan of what I was going to be doing that day. And even if I did not bowl very well or I wasn't very happy with the practice itself, at the end I felt very satisfied with myself that I followed through on the plan and I did everything as I have planned myself to do. So structured practice is something that I'm definitely going to incorporate a lot more to my future practices and not necessarily my spare practices. Number 6 is the confidence. When I was practicing for a whole week, just making those spares, I realized that later on when I was leaving spares, I was really confident. I knew where to look, where to stand, where to look, how to throw it, to give myself the best opportunity to make that spare. And it gave me a sense of comfort, knowing that I have put in work, that my lines are good, that I knew exactly what to focus on in order to make that spare. So confidence is something that I was expecting to gain by repetition, you know, like I was making so many spares. I was sure that it was gonna come just through the repetition, but I realized because I was focusing so much on how I was making those spares, the confidence also came with knowing exactly my lines and knowing exactly the things I have to focus on when I'm making those spares. And last but not least is the pre-shot routine and the focus. I realized that many times when I was daydreaming, I would miss the spares and I had to put the cross on my notebook and it never felt really good. So I was really trying to focus, I was really trying to put in time to make that spare. I put so much importance to every shot I was making, and sometimes during the tournament, especially when we're bowling bad and we're trying to catch up, we tend to want to strike a lot and then we leave a spare and we don't even think about making the spare and we're already on the lane trying to make it, and many times we just whiff it. So it's really important to step back, take a breath, focus on it and go for it. Every shot is just as important. Alright guys, thanks so much for being with me throughout this very long video. I'm sorry for poor editing or some bad lighting or some background noise. The bowling center I'm practicing in is very old, but I'm still very happy and I'm very grateful that I have a place where I can practice. Thank you so much for your patience with me. I'm hoping that this is going to inspire you to want to become a better player and maybe show you how the practices can be structured. But taking this time, I would like to thank my sponsors, 900 Global, Logo Infusion, Turbo Grips, and Kegel Training Center. They have been with me throughout my whole professional career and I'm very grateful for their support. If you would like to order any of the jerseys I was wearing on these videos, you can go into logoinfusion.com, and if you put code Daria, you're gonna save some money on my replicas jersey. Okay guys, I'm sending lots of strikes your way, lots of positive vibes. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna be doing more content. It's pandemic, I don't have any tournaments to bowl right now, so I'm gonna try to give to the industry that has given so much to me. So if you don't wanna miss any of my videos, just click the subscribe button. Thank you so much, bye!